Welcome to, we're pretending it's a live show here at the Access new channel 1301 Spectrum Channel Cable News, Public Access, and this is Revitalize Dunkirk. And I'm Valerie here with
Jim Fisher.
And we're also known as Bubbles and Edna. So if we slip once in a while and I call him Bubbles and he calls me Edna, it's copacetic. So I wanted to remind everyone for Revitalize Dunkirk, to all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day on Sunday. And so remember the mothers out there and the grandmothers and the stepmothers, or the people who perhaps lost a mother recently. Do something nice for people. And remember that the day after Mother's Day, on the 14th of May, which would be Monday, is National Dance Like a Chicken Day.
And I got to get my costume out, I
There
guess.
you go.
Well, I guess you just dance like a chicken. You don't have to have costume, huh?
No, you can just dance like a chicken or do the chicken wedding dance. This is our 6th program.
Wow.
Wow.
We're almost like veterans of...
We have groupies now. People are waiting outside the studio. We have a huge studio audience here when we film these.
There they are.
Thank you very much. Jim, I had to miss last month's monthly meeting of Revitalize Dunkirk, and there were some special guests there and a special presentation. You want to talk about that for a minute and catch us up to speed a bit?
We had 2 spokesmen from HOPE, or Hispanics Organized for Progress and Education, and it was actually Hector Rosas and the mayor, Willie Rosas, there to tell us all about HOPE and that organization like that and what they're trying to do, and work with the Hispanic population as far as getting them, helping them with their English and stuff like that, and just getting them acquainted with Dunkirk itself and like that.
Did they happen to mention how many folks came up from Puerto Rico because of the hurricane?
No.
No, they didn't.
No.
Okay.
But there is quite a few, but I'm not sure of the exact number. But.
And we've invited them to come to the show, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So hopefully down the road, maybe the next show or the show
Right.
after, we'll have representatives from HOPE.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It would be an interesting segment to meet with the HOPE folks. So great. Anything else that happened at the May monthly meeting of Revitalize Dunkirk that was interesting or noteworthy?
Not really. It was just, the usual, the updates from the various committees, beautification, transportation, membership and marketing, and, just what everybody's doing and what everybody's working on. And
Speaking of beautification, I noticed that Revitalize Dunkirk, the beautification folks, together with the Academy Heights folks, did a cleanup at Bicentennial Park.
oh, yes.
That was nice to see.
And I don't know if they did it last year.
I
or
don't
the
know.
year
I don't
before, but,
remember.
It's been almost like
I know
every
they have the
year.
cleanups, but I don't remember
Right.
technically the co-sponsorship kind of a thing.
Also, we're working on sort of co-sponsoring a cleanup in early June. It's still in the early works. We're going to team up with COI and do like a city cleanup.
COI is Chautauqua Opportunities, correct? What's the
Correct.
I for? Chautauqua Opportunities Institute?
Incorporated, possibly. I'm
I
trying to
don't remember. We'll make something up.
Yeah.
The next monthly meeting is this month. It's always on the 3rd Thursday of the month, so it's the 17th.
The 17th, and at 6:30 p.m. over at the Fredonia Incubator on Central Avenue, 214 Central Avenue, and we're going to have Hector Rosas again, who's the special events coordinator for the city of Dunkirk. He's going to come and talk and show us all the events that are going to be happening over the summer in the city of Dunkirk, such as music on the pier, the boat races, you know.
Yeah, the boat race is something new this year.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be exciting.
We went from the air to the sea.
What next? Slow Walkers of America or something. I don't know. Something would be funny. In June, I know we've lined up another special guest who will be coming and talking to us about Chautauqua Striders, you know, helping kids that need some extra help and support. And so we're looking forward to that. And that's on June 21st, which is the first day of summer.
Oh, there we go.
So,
Oh, it isn't summer yet?
no,
Oh.
feels like it for a change.
Yeah.
Speaking of summer, and a day that was not summer-like, the week of our Revitalize Dunkirk meeting in April, there was a gathering, and about, I'd say 15 people were there, a gathering of the Chautauqua Conservancy group and the Lake Erie Birders group, Bird Watchers group. So I'd never attended one of those before, so I went down to the dock on Central, and it was really interesting. But the weather was horrible. It was cold, it was rainy. I was starting to feel sick, and it was just a miserable day. And the funniest thing that happened is, and forgive me for getting his name, but the Lake Erie birder head man was pointing out the various lake ducks and cormorants and everything. And at one point he said, I have to quote him correctly, he said, "What a beautiful bird." And all I could think of was the Monty Python sketch where they said, "Beautiful plumage." So I had to say it, "Beautiful plumage." And somebody heard me and they said, "Oh, you're a Monty Python fan?" I said, "Yes." Could you tell? It was really funny. But it was a great event. So the next time, it was in the Observer. So the next time you see the Lake Erie Birders group, in conjunction with or not with the Chautauqua Conservancy, Watershed Conservancy, check it out, because if it hadn't been such a miserable day, it would have been lots of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, a little bit different thing, you know.
Well, we're lucky in that we have so many species of water birds. I don't know if I should say water birds or waterfowl, I guess, same
Yeah,
thing.
I'm no expert on
but
birds.
you know, this is a major flyway also, in terms of birds that are migrating. So it just so happened that the one that I went to concentrated on the birds that were in the harbor. And there were all kinds of varieties, and boy, these people know their birds. You know, they all had their binocs out. And somebody said, "Oh, you should have brought your binoculars." And I said, "I would if I could have found them." But anyway, check it out if you have an opportunity. It was lots of fun. Another fun thing that I'm aware is happening in the city of Dunkirk, and this is an idea that started with Revitalize Dunkirk. So we kind of germinated the idea, and then one of our members took it on as a project, and we're calling it the Hydrant Art Project. And what that means is the painting of fire hydrants with the approval and the okay of the fire department and the people in public works. So we, you know, people didn't just go willy-nilly painting hydrants.
Make sure that
the color coding stays certain, the caps have to stay the same. So anyway, it's fun to see that an idea that surfaced about a year ago in Revitalize Dunkirk, and I know you were involved, I was involved in a couple of preliminary meetings, and I did a little bit of research and came up with some concepts and some ideas, and we handed it over to Skeeter Tower, Harriet Tower, and she wrote a grant to help. It was one piece of a larger grant that she did, and she got some funding. And so I got a call this week letting me know that the hydrants are starting to be painted. And it's starting with 10 hydrants. And the artist who's tackling the first 3, she has a contract to do 3, is Valerie Wallawender. And she's finished one on Dove and 6th Street. And it's Edward Dotterich, and you probably noticed in the paper that there's going to be a Dotterich showing at the Fredonia Technology Incubator. The first German beer maker in this area, before Cook's. I'll let them discuss the history of it. But anyway, so check out the hydrants. The one that's been finished is at Dove and 6th. There'll be another one at Swan and 6th, and one at Plover and 6th. And then the others will be peppered around that same Academy Heights area. And they're all the hydrants are going to be painted to resemble 19th century historical figures. And she mentioned that there'll be positioned close by some historical homes. So they're kind of blending the histories together. And so that's why you have the Dotterich character, and then there's going to be a railroad person, a jeweler, a dairyman, grain man, a photographer. And Skeeter Harriet Tower mentioned to me that there's a sponsorship opportunity. So if there are clubs out there or groups of people that are interested in the history of Dunkirk and interested in public art, that they can get together and sponsor hydrants. I think she mentioned $100 a hydrant, which covers the artist's fee and the paints. And the hydrants had to be prepared for the paints and so on. So it's just something neat. It's a neat idea that surfaced with Revitalize Dunkirk, and now we see it working out.
It would be, this gives you the chance to take a walk and check out the hydrants, and you can always, send us a comment, whether it's on revitalizedunkirk.com or on Facebook.
And if the public likes the idea, we also thought of, wouldn't it be fun up Lakeshore Drive to have the hydrants resemble fish for the lake folks that are, frequently seen in our midst, with their big bass tournaments and so on. So I thought it was another cute idea because the hydrant shape lends itself to fish in a way. So
and it's sort of nice just to have it look like something other than a fire hydrant.
It's nice for the tourists, and we're trying to attract more tourists in the area too. Just a stamp of something a little bit different and colorful and public art in Dunkirk, New York.
Yes, there are tourists here. You might not think there is, but there is.
We were excited about sponsoring the first ever Bocce in the Park tournament, and we're still excited about it, so don't get the idea that we're not. We're having a little hiccup in the planning of it, and we're looking also to maybe co-sponsor it with some other folks or another organization. So we'll let you know when it's a definite and where it will be and the time and the date. So we're still excited about Bocce in the Park.
Bocce, baby!
That's right. And I knew that the French word for bocce is an Italian word. The French word is boule. And darn it, I believe the Spanish word is bole. Bole, I believe, the Spanish word for lawn bowling. So hopefully we can get some of our Hispanic friends. Yeah. Not that we're going to partition people out by ethnicities or anything, but it's just nice to know that it's certainly a game that all kinds of people enjoy. And certainly it's a gentle game. unless we hurl the
It's not
balls
full
at each other.
contact,
No,
right?
not yet, unless we devise our own rules and make it an interesting game.
From this point on.
Yeah. But more exciting is the continuation of our BYOC. Take it, Jim. Tell us
Well.
about what BYOC stands for and
Well, BYOC, or Bring Your Own Chair, is we try to do one a month over the 4 months of summer. And, we might eventually try to get one in late fall or even in the middle of winter, if anybody wants to go sit looking at the ice dunes down at the
in
point.
their parka and their snowmobile suits. And we can bring barca loungers, heated barca loungers, a whole row of them.
Yeah. And have one of those backpacks or water packs with just hot chocolate, with a little tube. But so far we're just concentrating on the summer months, and we have the dates for the 4 of them over the summer. June 10th is going to be at Point Gratiot, July 15th at the Dunkirk Lighthouse, and August 19th at Wright Park, and September 16th we're going to leave it open right now. We're going to decide on exactly where we're going to have it. But also, possibly at the second BYOC in July, we're going to try to have a gentleman that does Tai Chi. Did I say
Tai
that?
Chi,
Tai
right.
Chi.
Tai Chi. It's a gentle art.
Oh.
So it's not a fighting art.
Oh, okay.
It's
I can just see a bunch of samurais or something.
No, it's very gentle.
But he might be there to, I guess,
Take us
lead
through.
everybody.
Take us through some gentle Tai Chi
That's right.
exercises.
Almost sounds like a laundry detergent for some reason.
That's Tide
Oh,
with
okay.
a chi.
And also, the first BYOC on June 10th, we're pretty close to the city is going to have a bonfire again. So we're really excited about that, because last year when we did it for the first time, a lot of people showed up, and it was quite a big bonfire, and a lot of positive comments and everything. Everybody was happy with that. So I think it's going to happen
There's
again.
plenty of beech wood at all their beaches, so
Yeah.
there'll be plenty to burn.
That's right.
So we're hoping it
Burn,
works.
baby, burn!
Because it was a popular event. A lot of people turned out for it. So it was fun.
Yeah, there was people.
The weather
up above on the
cooperated.
beach, and,
Yeah.
and
Dancing around the bonfire.
That's right. But I think that covers it. Did I cover it right?
Yes, you did. Very nice. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Valerie. Or Edna.
I noticed that another event that's happening in the city, it's one that I've been to a number of times over the years, and this is the 50th anniversary, is at the Dunkirk Fairgrounds on, let me get the dates right, May 18th through the 20th. It's the Dunkirk Auto Flea Market. Have you ever been?
I've been.
I've been a number of
few years
times.
ago.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun if you like old cars, motorcycles, if you like automobile toys, old manuals from old cars, car parts, people selling old vehicles or showing their custom vehicles, or it's really a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think the last time I was there, I seen an old wooden phone booth
Oh.
that I would have liked to get, but I was afraid to.
Yeah, you'll never know what you run up against. It's not all exactly car related, but say you had a 63 Chevy in your garage that was your grandpa's car, but it needs a fender. You might find it at the Dunkirk Auto Flea Market.
Yeah, and well, when I seen that phone booth, I was
Yeah.
wanting it, but I can just see my wife Kathy's face as I come home with a.
I can see it on your front lawn and you're making calls.
Wouldn't that be like Doctor Who or something?
Yeah, sure. You don't know where you end up.
Where am I?
But anyway, check it out. 50th anniversary. It's been going since 1968.
Since
You
I-
were just a little whippersnapper, little guy.
Right,
I wasn't so
just
small.
out of diapers, maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah, but check it out. It's free. Also, they don't charge anything to
Yeah.
attend. It's just fun if the weather's nice. It's a 3-day event, and you walk around, and you see things that you see. You remind you of your Uncle Joe's car, or your grandpa's car, or if you're lucky enough to own an old vehicle, and you maybe need some hubcaps for it, or I always like to look at hood ornaments, old hood ornaments from old vehicles. They're sculptural and interesting
yeah.
to me, and I only have one, but I like to look at them. And I know when I had my old car, my old Saab, the decals on my old cars would, the sun would beat them and they'd get faded and all. And I'd find the decals at the Dunkirk flea market.
That's right. And also, my brother likes, they have, I guess, a few vendors with die-cast cars.
Yeah, the replicas, the toys, and that's cool too, because a lot of people collect those. They're really neat, and those folks are usually in the buildings. The other folks are outside. So check it out. It's kind of an interesting thing. And the fact that it's their 50th year says a lot about the popularity of the event.
Been around forever.
Yeah, it has. So I think, unless you have other matters to discuss, or
I can't think of anything.
the chicken dance you want to practice for Monday, or
not on camera.
Okay. Again, we thank our trusty production staff here, Gabriel Taylor and his sidekick, Donovan, not Cameron. So thank you very much, and we thank you for watching. And again, the public access channel has changed to 1301 Spectrum.
Yeah, they've gone digital. So
Right, but we're still on YouTube, correct, Gabe? And we're still on at 9 p.m. on the cable channel.
And then just check us out on Revitalize Dunkirk.com and Facebook and like that. And let us know what you think about the show too, because we'd really like to hear some commentary. If you want to.
We've gotten so much fan mail, we haven't even had a chance to open
That's
it
right.
yet.
We got to probably hire
bags
somebody.
and bags and bags. So with that, we say good evening for tonight, and we'll see you again in a few weeks. And remember Mother's Day, everybody, and come to Revitalize Dunkirk in our May meeting and our June meeting. We'd like to see you there.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.